Hey guys, welcome to the Tasteless podcast. I'm Unarheaded Joe, joined by It's Deluxe,
Eeh.
Might Be a Cancer, and Rexy.
You.
You just skip over me, huh? Didn't even
I
give me a
did.
chance to say
I
hi.
did. Sometimes it's just necessary, you know?
Hey, it's gonna happen at the beginning. We'll get it.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was absolutely on purpose. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. That was a great bit, though. I like that. Little side note in there.
Gotta hit
All
him
right,
with the,
brothers.
All right, my brothers in Christ.
Oh, boy.
So to start off, we're just gonna do something pretty tame, you know. So video games. We're gonna hit it off with favorite video games. Who wants to hit it?
I might as well
Okay.
go first.
All right, what you got?
So kind of near and dear to myself. Classic, as everyone knows, Doom. Just straight Doom. I've had so much fun with Doom. It's been basically a staple in.
Which one? That's the
Uh,
question. Which one?
I mean, that's a good fucking question. Um, what is my favorite Doom? I mean, honestly, Doom Eternal is really nice. Don't get me wrong, I do love the old Dooms. They're definitely a classic, but Doom Eternal with just the amount of, I guess, just run and gun, like the speed you can get and the fucking just amount of absolute chaos that it brings with it is fantastic. It's so smooth that you can feel every fucking demon you kill and whatnot. It's just a nice little experience.
Yeah, see, Doom Eternal soundtrack's good, but I think Doom 2016 soundtrack just that spot, man, it hits it.
See, I was talking about the
Yeah, I
game, not
definitely
soundtrack.
feel that.
If we're talking
The
about
Yeah,
as
soundtracks,
far as far as
totally different
gameplay,
game.
I have to say the newer ones are a little bit better. Doom Eternal kind of hit a different note for it, but 2016
Oh,
was
I mean,
definitely the smoother gameplay.
I think Doom Eternal and then the Doom reboot, man. I don't think you could have done much better of a job rebooting a franchise that's what, dude, the first Doom came out like 35 years ago
Jesus,
or something.
before us.
It
I have
came
to
out as
say the
you got a free copy of Doom with Windows 95.
Yep, it came out in 96.
I have to say probably the Doom game that stood out to me most
Or
would
sorry,
be
93.
Doom.
Came out in 93.
Ah, but probably Doom 3, just because it focused more on the
Oh, I
horror
agree.
aspect rather than the fucking
The run and
the
gun.
mow 'em over type
I
gameplay.
fucking love Doom 3. That game is the first game that I've ever played that genuinely scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
That's
Had
fair
it on the
enough.
Xbox 360. And it was my older brother's birthday. Just sitting there, he like puts it in, and we're like, what's this is gonna be too scary, right? Isaac's like, no, it'd be fine. It'd be totally fine. I was like, all right, sick. Put that thing in there. Nah, man. Didn't sleep for days. Did not sleep for days.
Honestly, like the fact that it didn't rely solely on jump scares and like horror appearance, it had atmosphere, it had build up, all of that. It built up to every single occurrence in the game so nicely. It stuck with me for a long time.
I will say, like, credit where it's due, sure. Doom 3 is a fantastic game. But man, it was a little buggy. Was a
Oh
little
god.
buggy.
Oh, that's for sure.
Number of times I've been lobbed off of a fucking ledge.
Bro, nowhere near as buggy as games that have, like, every game that's come out in the last 10 years, though. I feel like
Honestly.
you can't escape
Yeah.
it.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Like,
that's
I
about right.
understand. I understand games are more complicated. I got that. I'm not pretending like that's not a fact, but like, you know what else has gotten, or I guess not gotten easier, but developing games has gotten easier. There's way more tools at your fingertips than 15 years ago or 10 years ago, whenever they're making these massive genre defining games on like Xbox 360 and original Xbox and PlayStation 2. Like, I feel like,
The modern golden age of games, yeah.
yeah, more or less.
Yeah. I don't know. I those games were all nice, back in the day. But I feel like the one that really stood out to me on 360 on that was Dead Space.
Dead
Mm.
Space was
Yeah.
so
I
good.
feel
Pretty
that
good
the
one.
whole series, just the same as Doom 3, it just kept that horror aspect so perfectly balanced
Yeah,
with
but see,
action and suspense.
I played a little bit out of order. I went straight to Dead Space 2, and it had me going, man. Like, definitely puts you in a different mindset whenever you're sitting there in the dark playing one of those games like that.
Honestly, like it was the same way for Fear and Fear 2.
Oh, Fear.
Oh yeah,
First Encounter, Assault, Recon. That's such a good. That game series was so much fun. It went downhill though.
yeah,
Bro,
It went
yeah. I
literally
played.
downhill,
like
but it was fun while it
Fear
lasted.
2. I
Oh,
played
Fear
Fear
2.
2, then
Yep.
Fear 1, and the sheer fucking pulse pounding moments right before the
Oof.
combat. Like you see shit darting in and out of the shadows, you see and you hear the fucking enemies before you actually fight them. It is
To be fair,
beyond suspenseful.
we
Yeah.
got little rose-colored glasses going on here too. I'm sure if we
Fair enough,
went
fair
back and played that game, like I'm sure it would get you, but like Doom
It'd
3 for me, if
probably
I went
be
back and
more
played it right now,
B-rated.
yeah.
Isn't trying to remember the storyline of it. I know there was. Isn't that the game where you play as a team and the captain gets like killed in the very beginning?
That's
And
Fear 2, I
That's
think.
Jericho.
that is Jericho. Oh, that
Oh,
game.
Jericho.
Jericho was
Jericho was
fucking
good.
amazing.
That
Yeah.
was definitely something that they haven't done before whenever that first came out. Because I still haven't seen a game to this day where you play in that kind of aspect and that where you got to switch between different characters
I mean, you have
in
to
one
be honest with
squad.
it too. Like it left massive shoes, and it filled that role so perfectly. It had it it had it well balanced. The combat wasn't overly complicated while also not being, point and shoot.
Ah, that
It
game
was
came out
so
in
nice.
2007.
I
Yep.
Man,
know.
that makes me
Jesus.
feel old.
It was an OG Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Wait, if I'm not
Speaking of,
mistaken, when did the when did game ratings come out? I don't know
Mm,
when they were released.
You got me, dude.
I
I
have not the
I don't know.
slightest clue. I am but simple comedic relief.
I don't even remember what the acronym is.
Isn't it IGN or something?
94.
Uh,
94. So
Mm,
the Clive Barker's Jericho is the name of the game,
yeah.
and
yeah,
the its rating is 18 plus, but it's not M. It's not rated M. It's rated 18 plus.
because
Hmm.
it has the sexual aspects to it.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So
Yeah.
game
I mean,
that game was good. I used to play that and the I can't remember the guy's name. Played by Vin Diesel.
Riddick.
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 Yeah, I used to play the Chronicles of Riddick as well. I used to play those games. Played them
I
at the
don't think
same
I've
time.
ever
but
even seen the Chronicles of
I've
Riddick game.
seen
I've played it. I've played it.
I have not played it.
It was hard as
It's
fuck.
cool.
It was super hard, man.
Well,
It was
see
a
So
lot of
that's
fun.
that's also like the Splinter Cell games or
Oh,
Okay,
Splinter
Splinter Cell
Cell.
was fantastic. I absolutely loved playing the Splinter Cell games, and when they added Zero to fucking Siege, I can't tell you how excited I got, how fucking
Listen,
I lost
I
my mind
feel
when I saw
like
that.
they could have done such a better job in introducing him into Siege. They
They
could have like
very well could
reworked
have.
all the lighting. They could have made it to where he has the ability to like black out rooms or something and drop him with night vision. They could have gone all out with it.
I want to
Yeah,
put
oh
balance it,
yeah,
a
they
yes,
definitely
balance
pin
it,
could
in
have.
yeah,
that
but
because
like
that's actually another one of our topics that we'll get to later.
All right.
But continuing on with the favorite video game aspect, I guess I'll go next. I had like the super cookie cutter view on games. I loved Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Halo Reach.
I don't think you'd
I
find a
really
sane person that said they don't like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2.
Yeah, but
Agreed.
it's one of those things like everybody likes the game, but it's never a favorite. And then
Oh no.
I literally like I nosedived into
Oh no, I mean that's the golden age
Halo
of COD you're
Reach,
talking
and it
about over
was
there.
Yeah.
honestly
I
I
will say
nosedived straight into Halo Reach, and I don't think I put in any less than 500 hours into the game trying to get every achievement. The number
yeah.
of
I
times I dove off of the cliffside trying to assassinate the elite before hitting the ground,
Or the
ridiculous.
Forge
yeah.
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Oh my god.
Forge was huge, man.
Mm-hmm.
Me and
They
Dylan would sit
started that in
there.
Halo 3, if I'm not mistaken, right? Forge was a Halo 3 thing
Uh,
I
first.
think
think
Halo
so.
3 was the first one, yeah.
Yeah, and then Halo Reach. But no, see, Dylan and I would sit there and I don't remember what the map was called. I think it was called Valhalla or something.
Yep.
And we would sit there where we couldn't see each other, but we'd be using each other's screens to do sniping battles. Man,
Oh
that
my
was
god.
That was
I
it.
remember where we sat there and had the Gauss cannons, and it was literally
Oh,
like
no.
furthest mountain on the beach and all the way up at the spawn. And we would literally like one of
Yes.
us would fire and the other would use the beam to try and track back to the source and shoot them. Had no clue where each other were, couldn't see halfway there. It was
Ugh.
wild.
Dude, Forge, man. I think Forge elevated Halo to another level whenever it comes
Honestly,
to
the
sandbox,
fucking
man.
infected game modes, whenever you
Oh
went
my
into
gosh,
custom and you found all the
infected.
infected game modes,
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go off with that and say another game that I completely forgot about that's very near and dear to me is the Tekken series. I first got into Tekken during Tekken 2.
Not a fighting game guy. I've never
I'm
been
gonna
a
be
fighting game
that
guy.
asshole.
I don't know.
I hated fighting games. Like the last one that I played and genuinely enjoyed. There's probably two of them. I played the absolute fuck out of Soul Calibur. I think Soul Calibur 4 or 5.
It was 4.
I never actually played
And
Soul Calibur. I've wanted to get into it, but I just never
It
got
is.
around to
It
doing it.
is.
it
It
just
is
flows
very
much better
fun.
for me.
It's just like
And then
Tekken, just with weapons and different characters.
Yeah.
only other ones that I played Mortal Kombat Deception and
Mortal
Armageddon.
Kombat.
Bat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
I don't
And then
think I think the last like fighting game like that I've ever played is like Super Smash Bros on Nintendo 64 or something.
that
I
Dude,
that
hate
that just
I
okay.
feels
hate
like a
fighting
different
games.
genre though, like the
See,
platform fighting games like Battle Royale style.
yeah,
Battle
see,
Royale style.
and
Definitely Battle Royale style because it's last man standing.
the
I mean,
reason
sure.
I say Tekken, by the way, is such a like in my opinion such a great game was whenever my family would go bowling all the time because my grandfather loved bowling, but at the time I was too young to be like really good at it.
Mhm.
And always in like the back of lots of like bowling alleys and whatnot, there was always this little arcade section where they'd have a couple little arcades, some crane machines, like air hockey, stuff like that. And especially the one where I used to live and whatnot up in Pennsylvania. Um, there would always be there was this little like Tekken 3, Tekken 4, like old coin operated arcade machine.
The
And I would
number
always
of
go over
fucking
there.
dollars that we've probably sunk into the ones at like the old bowling alley or the skating rink here in town.
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
100%. But I would always go over there and I would always just play it because again, at the time I wasn't very good at bowling and whatnot. And I have played video games and whatnot, but I absolutely loved the Tekken game, and that's again, that's how I got into Tekken, and I'm excited now because they're finally coming out with Tekken 9, or at least it's going to be coming out sometime soon, hopefully.
But I thought that the last Tekken game didn't release too long ago.
The last Tekken game released in 2015, I think. Give me a second. Let me see. It's because it's
No, it
Tekken
wasn't that
8.
long ago.
I swear to God, it was. Give me a second. Tekken 8, Tekken 8, Tekken 8, Tekken 8. Or is it Tekken 7? No, it's Tekken 7, and then Tekken 7 to 8. Tekken 7 came out in
2015.
2015. Told you.
Dang.
Yeah, that's not that long
Tekken
ago.
7, latest installment in the 27-year-old Tekken franchise, more than 7 million units since its release in June 2017.
That's not too long ago. I mean,
But
7 years is 7
its
years, but
original
mean,
release date
A
is
solid
March
5
18th,
years is
2015.
a lot of time for production, though.
Yeah.
here's something I'd love to talk about. Why does it feel like so like all of us were here and we all experienced like the transition from like Xbox 360 gaming where there were no massive like season updates or anything like that for video games. We were catching the like middle to end of, or I guess the beginning
You
and
got a
middle
full
of,
game at the beginning and they just added
yeah,
on
and
to
then
it
you ended
rather
up with
than
like day one
remaking it.
patches by the end. But
Yeah.
we all seen that transition into like battle pass, free to play, loot
Mhm.
boxes, and all that stuff. How long do you think that like that whole era? How long do you think this era of gaming? Because we're still in it. How long do you think it's gonna last? I think Elden Ring did a really good job of breaking the mold, but I mean, it's games
Honestly,
like Apex and
Unfortunately,
Warzone.
it
I
feels
don't.
like they're just super slow on the pickup as far as like following trends because they get this cookie cutter design for games that with
Ubisoft.
all of the like children and people with money that just will be like, oh man, this skin is a slightly different color, I'm going to spend $8 on it. and
Yeah,
they're like,
the
"Wow,
quote
we're
unquote
making all this
whales.
money. Why would we change it?"
Let me ask you this: have you guys seen Starbucks's Battle Pass?
Huh?
I
What?
what the
Starbucks has come out with their own little. It's not an actual Battle Pass, obviously, but it's their
Well,
version
obviously, I'm
of
not
it.
gonna walk in there and punch a grandma and get
There are
rewarded.
actually weekly missions, like go buy so many of this type of coffee, or go visit this many restaurants in one day. There are
what kind of
it's
fucked
Oh,
actual
up
it's
battle
an actual
pass?
pass for Starbucks.
What
it's
kind
a
of fucked up
fucking
battle pass has you
aneurysm
spend
pass.
money in order to take
Go
advance in
drink
the battle
63
pass?
cups of coffee in one day, and then eat a donut and fucking have a heart attack.
Yeah, and I don't even remember what the rewards were. I think it was just like some coupons and stuff for it. Like
Give me a
That's some
second. I've
fucking
got to see
Starbucks
what this
shit for
is.
sure.
Are you serious?
yeah,
Oh,
I saw it online because this dude's girlfriend got mad at him for spending so much money on a battle pass, and he goes, "Oh, but look at this,"
Okay,
and then shows
so
off her Starbucks app.
but yes,
Oh my
on the
god.
Starbucks app, there is a literal. It's I'm not sure what it's called. I'm about to download the Starbucks app, but it's
The
literally like a
coffee.
coffee battle pass. I've got to see. I've got to see this
bro,
real quick. Dude, if this
I
is real,
hate
give me a second.
everything about this.
That is literally like the epitome of cancer right there.
I
Yeah.
hate everything about this.
Oh,
All
I have
right.
to see this. I have to see this now. Give me a second. Y'all
Oh,
continue with the
So
shenanigans.
continuing on with the podcast, the next topic would be turn ons and turn offs for video games. Like
Ooh.
what like whenever you turn on the game and you see something and you're like, fuck yeah, I'm in on this game, or
So
turn it
turn
off, throw the disc
ons
out the window.
turn ons definitely have got to be music. If the music's good, I'm
Oh
in.
my
I'm
god,
hooked.
the
Like
fucking
Agreed.
Battlefield
Elden
Okay.
1,
Ring soundtrack.
Music.
Elden Ring did good. Battlefield
Elden
1,
Ring.
Battlefield 4,
All the
just
Souls games.
peak.
Elden Ring. All of those.
For
Another
me,
turn
Bro,
it's
on for
honestly,
music for
me.
like right
sure.
back to
Flow.
Doom, like anytime I
Oh,
hear one of
Doom,
the like
true.
big battle Doom
Duke
songs,
Nukem,
it just
though. Duke
immediately
Nukem.
makes
Okay,
me want to lose
Dude,
my
Nukem
Duke
is fucking
Nukem.
controller.
fantastic.
No, okay, I still have Duke Nukem,
I
and
sadly
I
don't,
still
and
remember
I want
Oh
to get it
yeah.
again.
I still remember getting shrunken down to being a really small dude and riding around on an actual toy car, and then this
You
woman
talking
sees you
about,
and goes, "Oh, I know, I'd like to stick you."
is that
It's
Duke Nukem
Duke
3D?
Nukem Forever.
The
Forever.
entire game is literally just nothing but like drawn out violence and sexual innuendos. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Again,
I mean,
But then,
there's wall titties you can punch around, and it's an achievement, and it's
It
amazing.
increases your health too, or your ego.
Yeah, your ego, which increases your health.
that's funny.
so music definitely a big one, but also again, like I said a second ago, flow. I like if the game feels like it's a really like if the, I mean obviously games like horror games and horror survival and stuff like that, I'm fine with like a slower flow to it. But games that have like a really nice flow, like everything feels natural, nothing feels clunky, like you can move around and you don't have the issue of like just I guess getting caught on things and stuff like that. Just like
I don't
the
know.
natural
I can
flow of
look
the game.
around. I can look around clunky movement pretty easily.
Yeah.
But whenever so like if it's a first person shooter, if the gun plays bad, I can't play the game. I can't do it.
See,
Yeah,
I would label mine
That
as
goes into the
flow as
flow.
well, but mine's more like I want the game to feel like they made the beginning of the game with the middle in mind. They made the middle in mind of the end.
Yeah, not so
I
like
don't want it to feel
disjointed.
like they sat there and they're like, all right, we're gonna make level one, and then level two is gonna feel completely different. Like Elden Ring, you can walk anywhere on the map, and it feels like it had the exact same attention to detail as the beginning. They didn't
yeah,
I
like
mean,
drink a
how long
cup of
did it?
coffee, race through the first three areas, and then just shit out a fourth and fifth.
I mean,
yeah.
how
I
long
can
did
say that.
they develop? Like they spent like 4 years developing Elden Ring, and it feels like 4 years of development. But whenever you something like 20 Battlefield 2042, for example, that game was developed for like 2.5 or 3. I mean, that game comes out, and I mean, it's bad.
I mean,
It's
let's be honest
really
here.
bad.
Let's look at their track record for shitting out half-baked games
Well,
at
I mean,
full game
the
price
first really bad one was Battlefield 4, but now people look back at Battlefield 4 like it's one of the best games in the franchise because
because they
they
went back
dug
and
in and
fixed
fixed
it.
it. But
They
Battlefield
haven't done it
1,
since. Like Battlefield 1 is at best.
I think
Battlefield
Battlefield
5 was
1
cancer.
I think Battlefield 1 is one of the best games in the franchise easily. And
I,
the reason why I say that is because it's like whenever they put their minds to making a World War 1 game, they made a World War 1 game and it was
That's
good.
fair.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
The
As
I can
far
agree
as
with
atmosphere is
that.
great.
multiplayer
The
aspect,
music
I
is
agree with you.
fantastic. Yeah. Then they went just straight balls to the wall for operations, right? So like what you're doing matters. They ties it into history, and like they did so good with Battlefield 1. They did so good with like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, but the release for Battlefield 4 was horrible. And then they released Battlefield 1, which was buggy, but not on the level that Battlefield 4 was. But then they
Yeah.
Honestly,
released Battlefield
as far
5,
as
and it
Battlefield goes, I have to say, story wise, I have a
here's your
massive
first
amount of
mistake.
nostalgia for
Yeah.
like massive nostalgia for Bad Company.
We one or two.
I don't know.
Battlefield 2 Bad Company.
I had a very bad time with Bad Company 2 like that. Cause see, I would get to this one point in the level, go to call in an airstrike, and the airstrike flies in way across the map behind you, and it just stays bugged out, and I couldn't. That ruined the
Oh
game
It
my
for
was
me.
god.
buggy.
The
It was buggy.
fucking just like that, the clips that I've seen like in Warzone or in the Battlefield games where you go to call in like a cluster or a precision or something like that, and it locks onto something completely unrelated. Like I don't even remember what
Oh
game
my
it was. The guy
god.
went to call in a missile strike, and
Yeah.
when he did, one of the little fucking sprite birds flew across the screen and proceeded to take the marker with it. It just gets pounded to hell and back by a missile.
Yeah.
So I feel like it, just talking first person shooters in general, it's gotten so stale, man.
Oh my
Like
god.
really,
It feels
genuinely.
like you're playing the same game with different colors.
Has-
Yeah.
and this might be a little biased, but last first person game that I actually had fun playing, that's like just in general like first person shooter, was Apex back when it first came out.
Yeah, but are we
It's
Like
true.
Apex.
Early Apex was okay.
Yeah, but see,
Early
as far
Apex
as
was
first person
great.
shooters go though, are we talking multiplayer or campaign?
I don't know. I feel like you
Probably
have to look at it as a
multiplayer.
package, though, right? I mean, the reason why you have to look at it as a package is because some people buy the game for the campaign, and some people buy it for the multiplayer, right? Like Call of
Yeah.
Duty is a perfect example. I would say like 85% of the player base only pays for that game because they want to play
For
the
the
multiplayer.
multiplayer. Yeah.
I
And
buy
again,
I buy them for the campaigns, man. I love the campaigns.
If we're on
that
the
I
topic of
bought
multiplayer, I'd have to say like the last shooter like run and gun style game that I enjoyed was Black Ops 2.
the
I don't know. I
last like single player first person shooter, like just shooter in general
Sniper
that I like
Elite.
was Sniper Elite was fantastic, but
Oh yeah.
definitely Doom Eternal was the last
That's
good
true.
first
That is
person
first
shooter,
person.
like just first
yeah.
person campaign based game that I
Yeah,
enjoyed.
I feel like Doom's in its own category though because
Have you
it's
played Doom's
not
multiplayer?
Hmm. It's pretty good, but again, Doom 100% shines in its campaign.
right, right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's an antithesis to COD, right? Because almost everyone buys Doom. I would wager to say probably like 98% of the player base bought Doom for the single player, right? Because
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that's what
I
Doom
sure,
is
for
I
known
sure.
don't
for.
think
Definitely.
there's anybody that's like, man, I get to be a demon and be alive for 0.8 seconds in the multiplayer.
Right.
Let's do
Mm.
it.
I
Yeah.
do think
Okay.
in terms of like a multiplayer shooter, man, I the last one that I thoroughly enjoyed, it's been a long time. It's been a really long time. I would wager to say it's probably farther back and towards Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 2 or somewhere back there. I'd take it back. I did like Advanced Warfare and I did have fun playing it. That's probably the
Oh
last one
yeah.
that I enjoyed playing.
Advanced
Let's see.
Warfare's campaign was good. The multiplayer was good. The zombies was fucking great.
I'll
Like
rate
we
it like
played the ever
third.
loving hell out of the zombies, didn't we, Joe?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Oh
yeah.
yeah. That's the
So
only
Fucking
zombies that I
round,
managed to
what was it,
pass round 40
54? Just
solo.
chill.
so
Yeah.
okay, another question for you guys. Doom 2016 multiplayer there. Do you guys remember the level editors? Like you could create your own level in there.
Yeah.
Did you guys mess around with that at all?
I did
No.
not.
I
I
think I
did.
went into it for like 5 minutes
So
and
I
then
went
just
into
got
it
bored
for
of it.
I went into it for quite a bit just because I thought this is the first time I'd ever done like like a level editor or anything like that, or any game I had played that was the first time, other than maybe
Like
um
Forge.
well, Forge. I kind of messed around with that a little bit, but I really didn't get too much into that. But Gary's mod. other than Gary's
Oh
mod.
my
mod.
god.
Oh my
But
god.
Doom 2016, I really got into it. And I probably on my Xbox right now. I cannot tell you how many levels I created. Like I don't think I ever actually published any around, or if, I don't remember if you actually could publish them or if you could just play with like friends and whatnot on them. But I have
Yeah.
created like I maybe 5 or 6 completed maps and God knows how many uncompleted maps on there. And it's just I don't know, that it just seemed like it was really cool thing that I actually started doing on Xbox at the very least. So
Yeah, see,
I
I don't
mean,
know
if
if
we're
I
talking
just don't have
level
the
editors,
imagination for it, but I never got into Gary's mod or,
oh, Gary's mod was
Minecraft
so
doing the
much
most part of it.
fun.
agreed.
Like I have yet to actually play all the way through Minecraft legitimately and beat the game.
Wait,
Really?
really?
Bro,
Really.
Minecraft is something that
You're
I nerd out on. We could
kidding.
totally stream Minecraft
I
if you
wish I
Wait a
was
want.
minute.
kidding.
Wait. So like what's the farthest like legit point that you've got to in Minecraft?
The farthest legitimate point I've gotten to would be going to the Nether, and especially with how they updated the Nether. I don't
Wait,
have the
so
patience to walk around trying to find a fortress or to sit there and deal with, having to build around and make sure everything's safe to do. I don't
I mean,
have it in me.
I guess that's kind of fair. It does. Like it's a long
I mean, to
time,
be
but at the same
honest,
time,
like,
the game's been out since like
yeah, it was
2010,
it was 12,
2011.
I think 12.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even
the
remember.
at some point we definitely got to get you to we have got to get you to beat Minecraft at least once.
But see, it's
Like
like,
just base
you
Minecraft.
guys can sit there and build all these big
2009.
extravagant things, and I can't. I get bored of it. I just don't have the.
No,
I
again,
guess
we
it's my
don't need to do
imagination's
extravagant
broken.
things. We don't
I
need to do
mean, we can do
extravagant
a
things. We
bare
just need to
bones
get you through the
playthrough. We
game.
can we
Yeah,
can literally just blitz through it with iron armor. I don't care.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's all we really need.
I mean,
Um,
whenever we had the realm that Joe, not our Joe, but other Joe had, it was literally just me and Jake the entire fucking time. We beat the Ender Dragon. We respawned and beat the Ender Dragon. We went through like 3 or 4 Ender cities, got everybody elytras. It just, I mean, I will admit at some point it gets stale, but then once you get into Redstone, it's literally like it's
I
an
think
infinite fucking nerd fest at that point.
I
agreed.
think my opinion on Minecraft, I feel like such a boomer every time I talk about it because my personal
I already know what you're
experience
gonna say, and
in
yes, you
Minecraft,
are.
it's so much better before all of that shit was added.
Okay, I
I'm
can
talking
agree
like
with most of that.
Alpha 1 to like I think once they released it in alpha in like 2010 or whatever.
I mean,
I think
the $13
they
version of the
sold it to
game was
Minecraft,
good.
it was so much better. Yeah, it was so much better. Once Microsoft got their hands on it, it's not a bad game now. Don't get me wrong.
I
I
mean,
just think that
all I'm
it's
gonna say on that
moved
topic
so
is
far away from
the
what it
ability
was.
to eat a steak and instantly regain half of your health was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, those old mechanics are just so good.
Mm-hmm. Back before
It
the
was so much
food bar got
simpler.
added, and then I remember I used to watch a fucking YouTuber. I forget his name. I think it's like literally just X, and he did a survival playthrough. He played during the first alpha all the way up to like, God, I want to say he was still playing like 110,
Hmm.
and that, like, in the early days he would just sit there and have like an inventory full of food and a sword, and that was it. He would go tank through everything, fucking rickroll the nether, all of that. And then I remember whenever they added the food bar, it was like the first time that he died over and over and over because he's so used to being able to just eat food, heal, and keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the heyday. It's the heyday, I swear. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, Minecraft is still a good game. It hasn't gotten worse. But man,
Was
those
it great
Honestly,
whenever
then?
the more
whenever
modern Minecraft isn't great for the stuff that it adds directly. It's great for like the background shit that you have to find out on your own, like the whole take this giant, stone structure, put water that flows to the middle, take these little glass boxes and put it full of fill them full of villagers, give them all jobs, bam, super efficient iron golem spawner.
Agreed.
And
Again,
you AFK and you've got enough iron to run an 8-man fucking survival playthrough.
yeah. The things you could do in like old school Minecraft versus what we've got now is it's very nostalgic, but I do feel like they're like nowadays you could do just about anything.
The
If you
old
could
Oh
figure
yeah,
out
feel
it, you
with
could
the
do
modern
whatever you wanted.
functionality
dude.
is like the ideal
There's
combo.
there is a
Agreed.
server that is a fully functioning exact copy of World of Warcraft.
Yes. So
Doesn't surprise
I
me.
think that
There's
I think there's
literally
only
a
two
World War
mistakes.
II that like you select a battle and it's like 2 hour long battles, has fully functioning guns, tanks, all of that.
I mean that's just because it's written in Java and it's open to modding. I think any
Yep.
game could become that.
Okay,
I think
okay,
there's only I genuinely think that there's only two mistakes that Minecraft ever made,
Hmm.
and both of them were made by Microsoft. So the
Honestly,
first one has
selling to
got to be
Microsoft in the first place.
I don't know. I
mhm.
don't blame him. I don't blame him. I
I
genuinely
don't
don't
blame
blame
him,
him.
but like as far as the game itself goes,
I don't think it was a mistake.
it was
I think the
definitely a
first
shot in
big
the foot in my
mistake
opinion.
I think the first big mistake was separating PC and console. Separating the versions whenever they released it on console versus when they
Oh
released it
yeah.
on PC.
Yes,
How else are they
yes.
going to make extra money? Because then you have to buy it twice, and then whenever it doesn't accept that you bought it, you have to buy it a third time.
Yeah, I know
Isn't that
that
right,
feeling
Joe?
so very
Shut
much.
up. Like I said, I just think that that was a massive mistake on their part because they could have done cross platform so much sooner.
Yeah, that's true.
But instead they went after the money route, or at least what I assume would be the money route, and making people buy it over and over and over again.
I
But
mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head with the money route because mine coins, purchasable skin
Yeah,
packs, purchasable maps. Like, what happened to the fucking free content websites that you could find left, right, and center
I
whenever it
mean, to
was
be
under
fair, you
Mojang?
can still use those.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
not like they're not as big as they used to be. It used to be
I mean,
like
that's because
the
you can
thing.
get paid to do them for it now.
Exactly. Now
yeah.
you have people that like you register with Microsoft and you send in this piece of code that makes somebody into a fucking teddy bear with a dick on his forehead, and bam, you suddenly have a cut of every single time somebody buys that skin. So there's no drive for people to make it just readily
I mean,
available for
to be
people to
fair, the
have.
only reason that stuff like that exists is because of what happened with Dota
Fair.
and um I don't remember what the name of the game is. Warcraft 3. So Dota was a mod for Warcraft 3 that was so popular they ended up releasing it as its own game. And because Blizzard didn't, force anyone to sign a contract saying that if you build it on our game, it's our code or whatever, Dota became one of the most popular. What's that genre of game called? I don't even remember.
Isn't that the MOBA games?
MOBA. There you go. That's what it is. So yeah, like that became one of the most popular MOBA games of all time. And now they're on Dota 2, and they're talking about releasing Dota 3. So like,
Hmm.
now they force you to write or force you to sign a thing saying that if you create content
Yeah,
off of
because
our
they're like,
game,
damn, look at all that fucking money we missed out on.
that's the worst part though. I mean, it's the only reason that like
I understand that
moonshining
like
is illegal.
people start a business and they develop all of this big shit. They hire all these people because they will make money from it. But at some point, whenever it stops being about the passion of the game or like carrying a message, and it becomes about, all right, so how much can I make this fucking tuxedo worth in this game?
Yeah, but I see you can't really blame them for that though because that's
Not
the
at
whole
all.
point in starting a company.
That's the
Well,
worst
yeah.
part is it should be a passion thing that you make money from, but whenever it becomes just a money thing, I can't blame them
I mean,
because I
that's why
mean
indie games are
money.
so popular now. That's why
Oh
indie
yeah,
games are
for
so
Exactly.
sure.
popular right now. And I don't think that'll ever change, to be honest with you. I don't think that AAA studios will ever make games because they enjoy making games. That'll never happen again.
They're too big now. Back
Yeah.
whenever it was small teams that worked on something because it interested them, that was one thing. But now you have
And
these
also,
massive companies working on 5, 6 games, fucking cracking the whip, like get that shit out there,
and to
and
be
then you get
fair,
dog shit like 2042.
And to be fair, the reason why, yeah, dogs, exactly though. But in order, the reason why, like Ubisoft is a perfect example of a studio that used to release fantastic games, and then over time they just released the same game over and over and over and over and over again with slight changes. Madden is like this, NHL is like this,
Oh my god.
NBA 2K is like this.
I
So like,
literally I hate everything about Madden
See-
because all it is slightly better graphics on the same fucking game for the last
yeah,
20 years.
yeah.
See,
Do you
that's
guys
you
know
start to
why,
come into you're starting to just kind of rag on one company, and that would be EA, because EA's been
Yeah.
horrible about again.
But
Oh
EA
my
does that too. I
pushing
mean, they just
out-
lost the FIFA contract, so and that's because they don't do anything with the franchise, right? So,
Mhm.
but I feel
I
like the
mean,
only
really,
reason
and
that these
honestly, they don't
companies
have to.
continue
They
to do
add
the
a
same
new
thing.
character whenever somebody new makes it into the spotlight, and that's it.
I mean, the only
Yeah.
reason any of them are doing the same thing over and over and over again is because people still buy it.
Because it fucking worked. I'm looking at you,
It's
Todd
safe.
Howard. You piece of
It's
shit.
safe, right? Like they're doing the safe option, which is shitty. But I mean, again,
Speaking
their
of
whole goal at this point is to
EA,
make money.
do you guys know why they quit making the 2K college football games?
I do.
Mm.
I do not know.
Well, why do you think it is, Joseph?
Well, it's because because college football players decided that, well, fairly decided that if their name and likeness was going to be used in a video game, then they should get paid for it.
And they
And
can't
then
get paid for it.
Yep, and they're not legally, they can't get paid for it.
Yep.
So then all the colleges stopped signing because their football players didn't want to be in the video game, but they were going to get paid for it. So
And that's
Mhm.
fair
that
enough.
went out the window.
I mean, fair
That's
enough.
Yeah,
literally
no,
that's
I'm
the
not holding
same
against
as
them.
what was it? Was it Activision that got sued over Zabimbi and
Yes.
Yeah,
like the motherfuckers are dead, and their families are like, you know what? You make these two individuals out like real assholes. Like,
I don't know. Noriega
I
was alive
mean,
when he sued him.
all I'm gonna say is, you know, as far as history is concerned, it's a pretty fucking good likeness.
You're not wrong.
All right,
I mean,
I don't want to cut you off, but we're hitting 37 minutes now. We're probably going to drop the last topic, but we're going to move on to upcoming games we are excited for.
ooh, Ashes of Creation, far and away.
Ooh.
I'm so excited for Ashes of Creation. You know what's
It
funny
does
is
look really good, and I don't even like MMOs.
you know what's
I
funny is the
love
last.
MMOs.
I love MMOs too, but the last MMO that I sunk my teeth into was fucking RuneScape. And I have
RuneScape
yet to
was
find
my
one.
Yes.
jam whenever
I
I
have
was
yet to
little.
find
I
one.
literally, like, the first time I hit 99 on a skill, I was over the moon. And then as I got older, I stopped playing and then came back into it like 3 years
That's what I'm
ago.
saying. You can just
And
keep
it's
coming
that
back,
same feeling.
especially because you got old school and new school RuneScape.
But
And
have
since
you
they
guys seen what they've
separated
done
them,
now?
no, I haven't.
They created servers that are fresh start servers, completely brand new.
Interesting.
No
That's
overleveled
kind of cool.
players guarding the wild stuff. No,
Ooh.
no nothing. It's just
I bet
completely
that's
brand
fun.
new servers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even want to get started on talking about the wild because the number of times that I've gone in there for a quest and then gotten gaggle fucked by 4 people at the mouth of it, there
Like
needs to
4
be a
people.
buffer zone.
Oh my
Man.
god, you get
There's
lucky.
needed to be a buffer zone since the beginning. I'm
Did
talking
you
like
guys
I'm
ever do
level
Clan
30
Wars?
and these guys are level like 105.
Did you guys ever do Clan Wars in RuneScape?
Yes.
I
Those
never got
are
around to that
so
part actually.
much fun.
I
It
was
was
I was in
so
like a
much fun.
medium-sized clan and that's it, but we had like I want to say 16, 17 people active at a time. And it was
Oh,
always
bro.
enjoyable going in there and doing it and then getting my ass wiped.
No,
Granted,
dude.
I talk shit on people, guarding the wild and everything. The last time I played, just actually a couple months ago, my clan that I had found and joined, we did that.
I mean, it's lucrative.
It is.
I think the last time that I genuinely like played was whenever we were doing Clan Wars, and all I did every time if I'm playing Clan Wars, dude, I'm gonna play someone with range. That way, I don't have to be a high level. I can just sit in the back and shoot over people's heads and forget about it.
Exactly.
Get it. I can
Nail
still
them
get the
for penny
XP.
damage and get
Exactly.
shared XP.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
man.
The economy in that game isn't based on any of the other servers either. Either. It's also fresh
I
start
don't
as
think it
well.
is based on Ivory.
Shut up.
He's
You know what I
talking about a
meant?
fresh start. But that's the other thing too, is I think RuneScape did a great thing whenever it comes to the way the economy works. And it's so simple, but it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, we are getting back off of topic. So,
So
Uh,
one that I've
It's
already
called the
mentioned
Tasteless
before
podcast, Dylan. Of
that
course, we're gonna
I'm
be off
I know,
topic.
is
and
this.
we're all retarded, but we gotta
Oh.
get through these topics. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a mishmash of man, the good old
My
days.
mommy says
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
special.
So,
Oh,
but
mommy
again,
feed me potato.
nice upcoming games that I'm excited for. Again, I already mentioned this earlier, but Tekken 8, the newest upcoming Tekken that's coming out. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
coming out early next year. Again, I've played the fuck out of Tekken 7. I've damn near 100%ed it on Xbox, and I am again, fighter games are like they're not my favorite thing in the world. Like Street Fighter's okay, which if I'm not mistaken, there should be another Street Fighter coming out sometime soon as well. Um, I think Street Fighter 6, I think is what it is. I think.
I
Um,
don't know. Like I said,
but
I don't follow fighting
like,
games.
I mean, I didn't for a long time because after a couple years of playing like just Tekken 7, I kind of lost interest because nothing else seemed like that great to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did love Mortal Kombat. The newest Mortal Kombat was a lot of fun, especially with all the characters they've added into it. But I feel like that game now heavily relies on the characters they add into it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's it's borrowed popularity.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's a good game, and it feels smooth when you play it. It's just it.
I'm
Again, I
gonna
feel
say
like
the
it
same thing
relies
about
too
Madden though.
too much on the like extra added characters that you add into the game,
Like, oh, we
like
got all
Shaggy,
these
RoboCop and
20-year-old people playing the
Shaggy.
game. I bet they
well,
know exactly who
also though,
the Terminator is. Let's add him
like,
exactly.
but with Mortal Kombat though, you can play the game on your phone and link it to the game on the
and get
console.
progression. Yeah.
Oh my god, I did not know that. That
I
sounds
found
like
that out by
actual
playing it on my
cancer.
phone.
That
It's a lot of
sounds
fun,
like
dude.
actual cancer.
I had an
It
old
is so much
coworker
fun.
whenever I worked at Tom Thumb that literally like I would be doing work, like handling shit, and I'd look over there and he's like leaned up against the window playing on his phone, and I already knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. He's playing Mortal Kombat.
No, I did not know that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
But
dude.
I don't know. I don't really find enjoyment out of fighting games anymore. I used to when I was younger, and I used to fuck around and play with them, but yeah, I lost interest in them because whenever it comes, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a competitive person, but fighting games just don't tickle my fancy anymore. They
Yeah,
used to,
because
but
at some point it literally ends up being purely just based on reaction time and mashing the correct button at the correct time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
it also comes down to meta characters too, and that's a huge thing
Hmm.
in fighting games.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we can all remember Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. You know,
Oh my fucking
Kid
god.
Buu and Teen Gohan were the OPest characters you could play as.
yeah. Okay. I just saw another one that I forgot I had seen a while ago. I say a while ago, probably a month or two ago. Atlas Fallen is another one that's coming out that
Hmm.
does look pretty
I've heard
cool.
about this following. I think it looks cool. I don't know if I'm necessarily excited for it. I think Ashes of Creation is going to be like
I haven't
the
paid
game
enough attention to it to be excited for it. I will say probably one of the like off kilter ones that I'm excited for. Like obviously there's Slime Rancher 2, but I don't really want to, get into that
of all
because it's just the
things.
same
Of all
game. Just
things.
I know. I thought I was gonna hate the game, and I fucking got suckered right in.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm the one
fuck
that
you.
got you guys into it.
But
I'm
then
excited for
I
number
I
2
turn
as well.
around. I turn around and I opened Steam the other day and I get this sudden reminder that Lies of P is coming out soon. Have you guys heard about it?
I've
Ooh,
heard about it. I
Dylan,
don't know too much about it, but I've heard
me
about
and
it.
you talked about that game a
Yeah, the
while
Pinocchio
back.
based Souls game, and it just for such a dumb concept, it looks so fucking good.
It
And
does. It
and you
really,
know what?
really does.
I'm gonna
Huh?
be that guy. I'm actually excited for to see how they did the new Modern Warfare.
I
I'm
mean,
Me
I'm
no,
too.
not
okay,
gonna
you're not
lie,
the only one. That's all of us.
it's trepidation
Yeah,
at best. Like I
I
don't
think
think I'm
trepidation is the
excited
best way to
for it.
describe it
I'm
for it. Yeah.
just
probably.
I'm like bated breath. Like I hope it's good. I hope it's reminiscent of the old one with new twists.
I don't
But I'm
know.
fully expecting them to send us a fucking steaming pile of dog shit with a bow on it.
I'll tell you what
Steaming
I'm most
pile of dog
excited for
shit with
though.
Warzone 2. That's what they're going to send us.
I don't know. They're completely your skins don't carry over. Your everything you've purchased doesn't carry over. It's all brand
honestly.
new.
I do think that I think the biggest change whenever it comes to COD is going to be that the change of the yearly release.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
for
think
sure.
that's going to make a massive difference in COD because then they can't just release a shitty game, Vanguard, and
Imagine,
then pretend
Yeah.
like it doesn't
a world
exist.
where you don't, just shell out turd after turd after turd, and you
And to
take
be
the
fair,
time
Yeah.
to polish the fucking diamond that it could be, and send
multiple
it out.
studios are making Call of Duty games,
Ooh.
which is fine. But I mean, like World War II was dog shit. I did not like Black Ops 3. I also
Black Ops
did not
3,
like Vanguard. I didn't like Cold War. Like there's been
Black Ops
just
or
a
World War II,
shitload of them that are just not
I
good.
genuinely enjoyed World War II.
So
Not
I have
necessarily the campaign. The multiplayer was lackluster. The
yeah.
zombies, like I get that everyone and their brother will shit on World War II zombies. I loved it. Easily
World War
one of
II
my
Zombies is pretty
favorites.
good.
I really loved the campaign in that game, but a lot of people gave it shit for being
That's
more
because
like
it
watching a
deserved it.
movie.
It deserved the
It
I
shit
is
it
don't
got.
care.
purely
I don't care.
cinematic.
I loved the campaign. I loved the cinematics of it.
Yeah.
Like you shoot twice and then you like go get a drink and some food because you're gonna be watching clips for the next fucking
Yeah.
30 minutes.
I don't know. Okay,
It's not
so
even
Yeah.
that. It was so
You skip and you
cheesy.
have no
The
idea where
campaign
you're
was
at.
so cheesy.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
see,
they
Super
went
predictable too.
too far into cliche.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
back on topic though. I've been looking through a list right here real quick, just kind of like try to refresh myself.
Mm-hmm.
3 games I have seen that I am looking forward to like a motherfucker.
I'm gonna take
Goat
a wild
Simulator
guess.
3.
Goat Simulator.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
fucking god.
It's
Okay.
multiplayer
I've
Oh
seen
man.
very
without
yes.
mods. It's
I've
multiplayer,
seen a little bit on that.
but there's also they're remaking Resident Evil 4, complete remake of it. Comes
Can I
out
take a
next year.
wild guess at what that last one is?
Sure, go
Is
ahead.
it by chance Diablo 4?
It is not. However, I just saw that on the list. That's there too. Oh, yeah, that's 4 games.
I don't think Diablo 4 is
Diablo.
going to be any good.
Oh,
I don't
yo.
care what anybody
I
says.
I hope
Okay.
it is.
Diablo
but
3 was a travesty. Diablo Immortal was a travesty. I don't think. I
see,
think the
I am.
I
Diablo. I
have
think they're running the
incredibly
Diablo
low
franchise into the ground.
expectations for it.
Yeah, I think they're running it
The
to
I
the
bar
ground
am.
was
because
on
I
the
people are
am
ground,
still
yet
paying
here
for
you
it.
are
hoping.
limbo dancing with the devil.
Yeah,
I'm
Well, see,
hoping to God. I'm
same.
hoping to God they learn from their mistakes with Diablo 4.
I didn't have the same, attachment to Diablo 1 and 2 as you guys did. So Diablo 3 is, my starter into it.
I went back
I
and
love it.
played Diablo 2, and I have to say it was much, much better than
I
Diablo 3,
think.
but I still like Diablo 3.
I think the reason why Diablo 3 did like if you ask like hardcore Diablo fans, the reason why Diablo 3 was such a travesty, one, the auction hall, and two,
Mm.
they changed too much between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. The games were
Hmm.
so dissimilar that it
They
just you
went for
didn't
a
feel like you were
fresh
playing a
feeling and
Diablo game.
overdid it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels too much like a hardcore game or it feels too much like an arcade game rather than like a hardcore, gritty, end of the world scenario in Diablo 2.
Even
I
when you
feel you.
play hardcore characters. Poor Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
True.
I don't know. See, I know you guys
I
probably won't
forgot
like
about that.
this, but Arc
Yeah,
2.
did we ever tell
I'm
you
actually
guys
looking forward
about
to
what
Arc
happened
2.
with Isaac's character?
That's
No.
a funny
Probably
story.
not. No.
Me, Joseph, and Isaac all start a hardcore campaign on Diablo 3. We're playing through. We get to, what was it, the spider bitch in the cave?
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember what her name is.
And we literally, like, she does this AoE attack that does fuck all damage. So we're all like, ah, fuck, gotta get out of the way. Joseph and I roll one way, Isaac rolls the other way. Edge of screen moment where it blocks him from moving any further. So he's like running into
No.
the edge of the screen inside the zone.
Oh
We
my
can't come back
god.
towards it because it'll put us in the zone. So, 1 versus 2, we just,
Overpowered him and
we
sacrificed
cut
him to,
we cut our losses and let him die. And
Oh,
he made like 2 new characters and they both instantly died, so he gave up.
yeah, I
Oh, that's
imagine so.
upsetting.
Uh, Nick, I found another game I think you'll like on here.
What is it?
It doesn't have a release date yet, but they're remaking Splinter Cell.
Ooh,
Who
I
who
did
is
not
remaking
know
Splinter
about
Cell?
that.
I don't know. It's just on this list.
Because
Honestly,
that's going
I'm
to be the
excited
deciding
for
factor as whether or not it's good or bad.
there's
Who?
a game coming out
Um.
here in, I think, October. It's Scorn. I was just talking about it earlier. I don't know if you
Oh
Oh,
guys
the
yeah, I
heard
VR
of
just
it.
saw
game.
that on the list too.
It just looks good. It looks like it's gonna
Ubisoft.
be
Yep,
rightly.
Ubisoft Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's any good.
I
Ubisoft has just been
It's the
shitting
same
stuff out
one.
for years.
Well, it's the same one that made Far Cry 6.
Yeah, it'll be bad.
I don't know. I've started playing Far Cry 6, and other
I mean, we
than
were
the
talking about
bugs,
level
I
editors
like it.
earlier. Far Cry 3. The Far Cry 3 had a level editor that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
is?
see, this is going to
Bro,
be it's going to be an exact
Far Cry
remake.
4
They're
was the one
saying
that
it
I really
shouldn't be
liked because it
new.
opened more.
They're basically remastering the 2002 original Splinter Cell.
Okay, so they're
I'd be fine with
remastering it,
that.
not remaking it. Okay.
I'd be perfectly fine
It
with the
says
It
remake.
literally
remake.
says remake. It's Splinter Cell
It
remake is what it's called, but
it's if you read the description of it, it says that the studio doesn't want to try to bring in anything new. They're trying to only, you know,
Yeah, they're gonna try not to bring
Sharpen
anything
polish it.
new, and then
edges.
right
Yeah.
before release, it's gonna be packed full of microtransactions. Bet. I'm gonna put money
Oh,
on it
for
right
sure.
Bro, if
You want Sam
they put
Fisher's Night Vision?
microtransactions in,
$30.
imagine the first mission's a night mission. You go to like turn it on, and it pulls up a fucking $9.99 per month subscription to
now.
use the night
to
vision.
use night
Oh
vision.
my god.
I
That's
would
another thing. Like
know.
all of the fact that everything has been pulled from all of the like websites and all the TV
hmm
channels, and now you have to like get all these
Subscription
different
fees for
subscriptions,
everything.
dude. Like,
Agreed.
Have you guys seen that Hulu's upping their charges now?
Of
Uh-huh.
course they are.
course.
Everyone else did.
Yeah, another $2 a month.
Yeah, I don't have Hulu, so I don't care.
I just generally don't watch TV. I think the only thing
I
that
don't
I
either.
watch in earnest is sometimes I'll watch Harry Potter, and then I'll watch like the occasional Marvel movie, and that's it.
No,
Yep.
I mean, I think
Good
the only
old
time
Perry Hotter.
the only two
Harry
times
Potter,
that I
yeah,
go out of my way to watch like
the
TV or
hottest of
movies
Perrys.
is I'll go to the movie theater to watch a movie. But if I want to watch a TV show, I'm gonna go online and buy it. I'm not gonna pay
Dude,
for a
that's
subscription
like
service for one TV show.
Well, see, that's the
hot
fun
take
part
here,
about
but
it, though.
She-Hulk looked like it was already going to be ass with the animation style that they
It's
chose.
pretty bad.
Then I
Yeah.
find out that it's going to be a fucking TV show, and
Yeah.
Yeah, if it had
just
been a movie, I'd have
instantly went
watched
from
it, but
like
a
a
TV
3
show,
to a
nah.
1.
And okay, hear me out here. So I understand the whole want to make like a TV series. You can make it go on longer and whatnot. You can always like change things here and there. It's slightly shorter so you can keep your audience like wanting to be able to watch the whole thing from beginning to end and whatnot. But like, what is up with companies nowadays and like just wanting to make more TV series and actual movies?
Because
Because they're more
bingeable
profitable.
shows
It's
are more profitable.
They're far
People
more
want
profitable.
something that they can sit on their couch and watch a few months from now, or just
Isn't that interesting about society though? Is that at the same time that movie companies are making TV shows out of things that could have just been movies, and because
More
people are willing
successfully
to
movies.
put more time into it, and then at the same time they're like TikTok blows up, like short attention span stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, because one focuses on like suspense, cliffhanger, bullshit. The other one's ooh something shiny, ooh something shiny. Hey, did you know this? Hey, loud noise.
See,
Yeah, but
I don't, as someone who grew up like going over to like movie theater every
I'm sorry, your fucking English.
yeah. But as someone who grew up going to the movie theater every couple of weeks for a new movie that came out, just like the nostalgia of it. Again, it's just that feeling of walking into a movie theater to watch a movie that you found out like 2 weeks ago that was coming out, and then just going in and watching it
I
for the
never really
first
had that
time.
experience.
See, when I was a kid, I had like that starry-eyed, like, hey, we're going to the movie theater feeling. Now
yeah,
I'm just like, hey, I get to go pay $20 fucking for
A drink.
a tiny bag of popcorn and a pre-pissed seat.
that's just how it goes, though.
I genuinely don't think I went and seen probably more than 5 movies the entirety of my childhood.
Dude, like there was something
yeah.
about that feeling of walking into a movie theater and watching a movie for the first time with like the big screen and whatnot. Even like I can guarantee those movie theaters were dirty as fuck. But me
I
being
mean,
for
like
sure.
a 7, 8-year-old, just this is amazing. I just watching it on a screen that big and the audio and whatnot. Because again, it was something I could not do at home. That was at
Yeah.
my house. We had like a little TV and whatnot. And back then, we had like little
Mhm.
fucking it was a VHS tape and a DVD player.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
What's funny is we used to burn
We
movies
still
and
have
shit
one of
onto
those.
CDs. I think we still got one too. We used to have a TV with that same stuff in it too. It was like a
I
built-in
think
VHS CD player.
I
I think the
still
most
remember
fun that I
my
ever had.
first 3D movie was the
Shrek.
Mine was
last
Shrek.
Harry Potter movie.
Mine was Shrek.
Mine was Shrek too.
Gotta love Shrek.
Mine, dude,
Oh
not Shrek 2,
god.
but mine was also Shrek.
Well,
Oh
Okay,
my
see-
okay,
god.
the home 3D movie with the glasses and everything. I remember watching
I
those.
remember watching that too.
But like the
Yeah.
like the real 3D with the
Yeah.
glasses that they give you.
Yeah.
My
Well,
my
see,
first one of those had to be the last Harry Potter, and it was genuinely like such a shocking difference from the red and blue
No,
that it
wait a
just
Isn't it
minute.
blew
funny
me
how
away.
isn't it funny how 3D movies just fell off the cliff after that too?
yeah.
Like,
Honestly, like it was such a
Well, okay.
fucking groundbreaking thing,
I think it's just
and
too
then they're like,
clunky.
eh.
I think
Okay,
it's too clunky,
so I'm
too
gonna
cumbersome.
cut you off there. The movie theater down here in Tallahassee and whatnot, they've got there is immersive 3D. Um,
Mhm.
you sit in like your little box or whatever, your little game or not gaming box, your little like box seat, your and whatnot. And they've got it where you can set whatever level of immersion you want, and that seat rumbles and moves and whatnot.
They have
You
like
get 3D
jets of air
glasses.
and stuff.
Yes,
Yes, yeah, that's borderline
4D
4D.
that's
movies,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Because
Yeah,
that was
see,
a
Disney
I
cool
don't
World
one.
has
know.
something
I
like
feel
that
like
though.
that would get tiresome.
But see,
I
the
feel
thing
like that
is
would
with
get
that one there,
tiresome
with
and
that one there, you can turn it off or you can turn it down. That's why I say you can choose whatever level you want. So if you get tired of it or whatever, turn it down.
I think the
Honestly,
reason
on the
why
topic of what Ben is talking about, the 7D movie that they had at Disney, I
That
fucking
was
hated it.
that's what I'm saying. It's
pirate one.
was it
bad.
the only one I remember was the one for Stitch, the Stitch 7D movie or whatever.
There was a fucking pirate one that we went and
Yeah, like
watched.
the dude spews water out and you get sprayed with water.
Oh my god,
You can
that's
smell
exactly
what
what I'm
they're
talking
smelling
about.
in the
Like,
movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
like I'm sitting there, and I like go to slide my glasses down to like rub my eye, and as I open my eyes back up, he spews the fucking water, and it just jets straight in my fucking eye. I'm like, all right, that's it. Fuck this.
Yeah, but see, it wasn't like small misters on the back of seats. It was giant
It was
cannons
a
at the front
straight
of the
fucking
theater.
whoosh.
That's
Oh
funny.
no.
It's
I
not
went and
just a
saw the.
fan with some water in it. It's like a whole fucking 5-gallon bucket of water
I
just
went and
splooshed across the whole place.
I went and saw the Avatar one, the new one. It's okay. It's like a
The-
short little 7D experience from Avatar, not the
The
last
little
Airbender.
ride?
We're talking about blue people, not fucking
Yeah, Blue
disappointment
People,
ass
not
Ong
Arrowhead.
bullshit, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Blue People,
And
not Arrowhead.
are you talking like the ride or?
Yes, the ride is like a
Okay,
short little movie
so-
experience.
Yes, I did like the ride. That ride was a lot of fun for
It was
what
fun.
it was.
But I do hate 7D movie stuff.
I was fine with it because they didn't go over the top with it. Now they did do the whole like water splashing and whatnot. They had like the smells, but it wasn't over the top.
I feel like it. Like I said, I just feel like it gets tiresome.
Christmas.
It gets boring. Like especially because the whole point in a movie is to sit down and watch it and relax, right? Or get into it. You know
Or
what I
if you
mean?
have all
But
this other
getting
stuff pulling your
yeah,
attention away, you barely
exactly.
remember the actual movie.
It's like
Yeah.
people thinking that smell-o-vision is the future. It's not. I don't
Bro,
want to smell a
smell-o-vision,
sweaty
though?
armpit in the middle of a battlefield. That's not.
I
I'm not
don't want
about
to
that.
I don't want to smell the stinking corpse that this guy is investigating.
Right.
Please.
I don't know, man.
Bro, honestly, on that topic, I remember in high school, I went to a movie with a couple of buddies, and we had one of them had just bought the fucking like fart spray. Oh my fucking god, I have never had more fun running people out of a theater.
I did that
Because
to Isaac.
he would literally just like he would like reach down and just spray 2 or 3 spritzes underneath the seat in front of us,
Wow,
and then
what assholes!
or he'd like get up and like go to the bathroom and just like and just spray it at his feet as he walks along, and people would immediately like as soon as they
What
smelled it,
an
they're like, that
asshole!
motherfucker just crop dusted us.
What an asshole!
Yo, you know, actually, on that topic,
Oh,
I saw a
I
video
do that
today.
at work.
I saw a video today. This guy was walking through downtown Orlando, and he had a speaker in his pants, and it played the gnarliest, wettest fart I've ever heard in my life
I fucking
as he
love
was
seen
those.
walking
those
past
videos.
people.
The
And it
All,
was-
all aboard the train, choo choo, and as he says choo choo, he just shits his pants.
It
Bro,
was ridiculous, but I loved it.
Oh,
I pulled a
Agreed.
prank. I pulled a prank on my older brother where we had this like it's like a container and it's got a glass vial in it, and whenever you break it, it causes gas to build up inside of it. It's kind of like fart spray. So we're here in
Mm.
Florida. This is like 2014 or whatever. My older brother's room is down the hall, right? So I take this fucking thing, and because I don't know if it sprays whenever it pops, I put it inside of like a paper plate. I shake this bitch up, I crack that thing in there, and I throw it underneath his bed. And about 5 or so minutes later, you hear like from down the hall, right? And Isaac goes in there. He gags. He gags super easy, right? So he walks into his bedroom and lays down, and he just he just starts coming out of the bed, coming out of his bedroom. His mattress permanently smelled like ass.
Oh my god, no.
Speaking of
It
that,
was so
hey,
bad.
hey Ben,
It
how
was
long
so
did it take you to
bad.
get that stuff, that nasty ass shit out your hair? From the
What?
canoeing trip.
The bottle.
Oh,
The
God.
bottle of like milk, protein
Oh
milk,
my
whatever the
god,
fuck it
no,
was.
no, that Slim Fast, that expired
Oh,
ass Slim Fast. Oh, dude, it
the
it
toxic
was
bomb that we
forever.
dropped.
It
That
was
was
Oh.
you.
forever.
You opened that, you
But
motherfucker.
you were the one who opened
Dude,
it.
okay, first of all, I
Dude,
expected it to
okay.
be
The
empty.
fact that it
And what I
sprayed
hate,
all over you.
what I hate,
Just,
what I
it just went,
really
just went,
hate,
and just
what I
proceeded
really
to
hate
spit
was
everywhere, and I just chucked it.
that bomb was sitting on the back of my kayak right behind me the entire time we were doing it.
Yeah, it was.
One misplaced grab, or like the dog jumping over, and you would have been fucked.
I would have burned
You
the
would have
kayak.
been
I would have said,
no.
fuck it, just like sent it down the stream burning.
Nick spent most of the time in front of us too, so he'd have been crop dusting everyone for the
Oh,
entire
God.
ride back.
Yeah,
You
it
just-
would have been. Oh my god,
Oh.
dude.
Oh,
Because
bro,
when
that
Still
would
going
have been
against us,
awful.
my glasses there.
The
Okay,
smell was
so
undescribable too, because
yeah,
it didn't just stink, right? It smelled like somebody had canned a rotting corpse, left
No,
it in the
it
sun for
physically
3 days.
hurt
no,
to
no,
smell.
It was
not
so
just a
bad.
corpse, a corpse, and then used manure like actual cow shit as packing,
Oh, it was so
and then let
bad.
it sit in the sun all summer.
It was so bad, man.
All right, brothers, we are winding down to the end of it now. So, any last closing remarks or?
No, not really.
Honestly,
I got nothing for you.
Ben,
Alright.
me, and Joseph got a surprise for you
All right,
later.
Dylan. What's your dad advice for the day?
My dad advice? Do I have to do dad advice?
the man who doesn't
now?
want to be don't want to have kids,
He
doesn't want to be a
Exactly.
father.
Alright,
What's your dad
my
advice?
my dad advice for all the little
Couldn't tell if you were
children.
shaking a bottle or scraping your hands
I
together.
was rubbing my hands together. Alright, dad advice. Smell it before you taste it.
Oh
Smell
my
it before you
god,
taste it?
that's
All
not
right,
dad
I'll take that.
advice.
I'll take it.
That's-
I'll take it.
Hey,
Alright.
that applies to food too. Fuck you. All right, thank you guys
Thanks for watching
listening.
Tasteless.
And hey, fuck
We'll
you.
catch
This is
you all
my
Thanks,
on the next one. Get fucked. Get fucked.
Bye guys.
Podcast. Out.